We're back on Giants franchise following a 24-21 victory over the Washington Commanders. In the past 2 weeks, we've had two players go up from star to superstar development in Kadarius Toney and in Kayvon Thibodeaux. Have you know, I did change the auto subs settings so that Kadarius Toney shouldn't be checking out of games early anymore. Hopefully that happens, but also I do want to see other receivers get subbed in. So that's why I've kind of left it untouched to this point, because that's what you see in a regular game. But am I going to, every time I want, Wan'Dale Robinson or Darius Slayton or Richie James to come in, I have to manually go into substitutions? It's a little bit tedious at that point. I know you can do specific players coming in specific formations, but I want my best guys out there more often than not, right? But yeah, the team is improving. We are 4-10 now. Of course, any single time we do anything positive, Bengal got a first down. He changed sliders. He changed. It's all pro. It's rookie. Yeah, dude, you got me. Just think about it. Why would I do that? What would the benefit be? Especially when, one, you fucking freaks love watching me struggle. Excuse the language, just kind of slipped out. And then two, as a content creator, I want longevity for the series, and it will go on longer if we are bad for longer. So that's true. But I'll tell you this. I am getting somewhat excited for the draft. We've looked at some of these guys, and I really don't know how I'm going to handle this. Because first and foremost, with the quarterbacks here, Cody Bailey, we know, is a top 5 talent in the draft. He's only 21 years old, and I just wasn't really thinking with elongated motion with a quick release. Elongated can also mean like stretching or long. So instead of like maybe a release up here, maybe the ball is being released out here. And it does say quick. So you'd be inclined to believe it's quick, as opposed to like, you might have like the 3/4 arm slot as opposed to something more closer to the ear. But yeah. So he's definitely on the table. And the great thing about him is he is not projected to go all that high in the draft. If we go and look at these mock drafts here, Cody Bailey is not expected to go until... We don't have mock draft 3 yet? Okay. But Cody Bailey is not expected to go until... Mock draft 3 could be at the end of the year. Pick number 23. So the value is there. Remember, we do have the Packers' first-round pick in the Sterling Shepard trade. So that might be a trade-up spot. But I also do like the tight ends. I like Nick Duval. I like Chris Kennard, right? So it's going to be tough to get all the players I want. And you can't actually see him on here as far as I can tell. Oh, you can. Dontrell Cobb, another player I want. We really need help at linebacker. I won't be able to get all these guys. There's just no way. So then, when it really comes down to what we would do at the top of the draft here, because we are projected to have a really high pick, we're terrible. I think, despite being as good as he appears to be, other than like, whatever athleticism, Daniel Brinkley is somebody that very, very, very probably ends up on a different team than the Giants. Just being honest. It's going to be tough because we'd have to trade up to get him, which I already don't want to do because the roster is not that talented. We need as much talent as we can bring in, and that's going to be done with more picks. So I hate to say it, but if you were interested in Daniel Brinkley, I just don't think it's that good of a fit for this team. I think it's very unlikely that he ends up on my team. Very unlikely. Not impossible, but very unlikely. If the season ended today, these would be the playoff teams in the bottom right, if you can't see. It has the Cardinals and the Panthers at the 4 and 5 seeds. Bills and Bucks would have first-round byes. But the big thing, we want the Packers to lose as quickly as possible. And honestly, matching up against the Rams, that could be a tough game to win. So the worse that the Packers do, the better it is for us. And we're taking on a team in their division today, although it will almost certainly have no bearing on that draft pick, as the Packers are 10-4. The Vikings very probably miss the playoffs. I mean, under almost every scenario, bottom half of the NFC. So a win doesn't really do anything for them today. Weekly strategy, Justin Jefferson's going to be a problem. And remember, we played the Vikings so often last season. with the Lions franchise. We know Dalvin Cook's very good, so defending outside run could be good. And then as for how we're going to beat the Vikings with our offense, I really have liked throw it deep. Throw it deep's been pretty good. And as for the weekly game plan goal, there are multiple here. I have known this, I just haven't changed it, but we are limiting how many staff points we can get. But I don't know how many of these we'll actually be able to do. No sacks allowed. I'm surely going to get sacked at least once. Win the turnover battle. We've seen me play. It's unlikely. But you know what? We'll try it out today. And then offensive coordinator. You know what? I think 300 plus offensive yards is doable. Maybe even 350. Now let's do 300. Defensive coordinator. I mean, we're not going to allow 24 points or less, probably. I know we did last game, but we're probably not going to do it again. I'm going to try for 30. And then weekly game plan, 2+ passing touchdowns. It's something we've done recently, so I'll go for that. And then as far as training, I want to go half pads. Where do I do that? You do it back here. You can change it for offense and defense. That's kind of neat. Didn't really know about it. I mean, the guys seem ready to go, right? They seem ready. So I don't know who's done this, but they've decided the reps go to the backups. What is this? I mean, split, maybe. I don't know. All right, so we got +1 fatigue there, going split. Everyone was split. Everyone half pads. So I think the game plan boosts are less, but the guys are also less tired. You really have to think about the trade-off. I'm not sure which is better. Azeez Ojulari with an upgrade. Saw his brother play for LSU this past week. BJ Ojulari got injured early on in the game, and man, if you guys saw that LSU game, what a disaster. Florida State ended up getting the win, but I'll tell you what, the big winner from that game, +2 finesse moves for Azeez Ojulari, is Jared Verse. Played at Albany, ended up transferring this past year. I looked into it a lot. He actually played tight end in high school. He was like, I think 6'2", 200, had no D1 offers, or no FBS offers, I should say. Ends up going to Albany and gets changed to a defensive end. Bulks up to 250. Ends up having a big season, transfers to FSU, and looked unreal. Looked amazing. So shout out Jared Verse. Could see him having a big 2022 and really skyrocketing up draft boards. He is draft eligible. But yeah, this is kind of a mismatch here. Vikings are an 83 overall. We are only 77. And they have home field advantage here at TD Bank. Not TD Bank. That is that is not what this is. US Bank Stadium. And Kirk Cousins having a pretty good season. 33 touchdowns, 9 picks, over 3,600 yards passing. A very Kirk Cousins season. He'll trick you into thinking he's actually good. And we are underway in Minneapolis at US Bank Stadium. Not to be confused with TD Bank, which I think is a Canadian and Northeast bank chain. I think it's Canadian, though. Oh, no. Not a good start. 1st and 10. Is this a run here? It is. Tay Crowder filling the lane pretty nicely. Cook can... He got 4 out of that? How did he get 4 yards? It's like a good run. It's another run. We got to play the outside. Nope. Tay Crowder one-on-one against Dalvin Cook. He's just not fast enough to catch up to him. Cook is such a good athlete. Deceptively so sometimes, because you don't really think of him as a home run hitter. He's just, really shifty and consistent, but he can really run out the open field sometimes, and Tay Crowder just couldn't get to him. Fresh set of downs for Minnesota here. Trying to cover Justin Jefferson, and it's going the other way. Easy reads. The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. And Kirk Cousins just gave us the football. Justin Jefferson was the target. And Tay Crowder jumps right in front. It'll be Giants football. And a pretty good start to this game for us. There are numbers with Tyrod Taylor. More interceptions and touchdowns, but it's close, okay? It's close. And maybe it'll change today. All we have to do limit interceptions. It's not really possible because if you throw a pass that isn't caught, it's an interception pretty much. That's the way it works. But the trick is just get rid of the football quickly. Those routes kind of just all got muddied up, crowded around each other. But Darius Slayton ends up picking up 14. It wasn't really the worst thing in the world. I don't know, they blitzed, just kind of vacated that side of the field, and then we just had blockers out in front. So it worked out kind of nicely, as Jordan Akins will catch that one and be very close to moving the chains. RPO here, but it was really always going to be a Saquon Barkley run. He's going to be really close to picking up the first down, and he does. 2 rushes for now 0 yards for him. And I'll tell you what I've seen a little bit, and I've been using it. I think I did it in the fat quarterback video. Can I not? I can't hot route there. I guess because of the motion with Slayton. But I've been trying out the precision special passing. Okay, well, inaccurate bullet pass. Didn't really get to show it off there. But I'm still getting the hang of it. But I think I'm going to like it as Jordan Akins gets another catch. Setting up 3rd down and 4. We are in field goal range. So the biggest thing here is just do not throw an interception and do not lose yards. There's the rookie tight end, Daniel Bellinger. It says perfect accuracy, but that was very close to not being caught. So I don't know about all that. A screen with Kenny Golladay just feels like a bad idea. That's going the other way. It's picked. You know what's the worst thing, too? I saw him. Chandon Sullivan. House call. Touchdown, Minnesota. And just like, I don't know why I would call a screen there. I noticed him creeping up, too, from the slot. The reason I wasn't really worried about it at the start is I didn't think he would react that quickly to it, 1. And 2, the boundary corner, i.e. the one responsible for Golladay in my head, he wasn't even going to be close enough to make a play as he was playing, like 7-8 yards off the line? Yeah, unfortunate. Really unfortunate. With those screens, though, it's like you're committing to throwing the ball. You could always eat it and maybe throw it away. But that's the design of the play, and obviously really did not work out, and we're down 7-0. Just like that. We had such a nice start with the interception, but of course, had to throw one back. Had to make it fair. It's just so frustrating to throw picks. I throw so many of them, you'd think I'd be numb to it at this point, but nope. Jordan Akins drops that one. Tough play. Screen. Got Saquon Barkley looking for space, and we'll get 7 yards or so. Sets up 3rd and short from the 33. I want to go to Kadarius Toney here. The question is, will we have the time? We're going deep down the field. Taylor way overshooting his target, Kadarius Toney. And that one falls incomplete. Giants will punt. Run right. Micah McFadden there, and we can't wrap up. Cook's still on the run. Xavier McKinney that drags him down, but that is a big-time run for Dalvin Cook. Let's play action. Micah McFadden, free shot. Nope, Justin Jefferson ends up getting open down the field. Adoree Jackson could not stay close enough, and Justin Jefferson with another big Minnesota first down. They've got all the momentum in the world, and now into the green zone from the 28. Cook is the lone tailback. It's going to be a little sweep to Adam Thielen. Probably not the right receiver to run that play with. Turn around! Oh no, it's in the hands of Adoree Jackson. And he just could not catch it. That's a CPU interception if I've ever seen one. Guaranteed. It's 3rd and 9. Kirk Cousins working out a shotgun. And we're just going to let him have that. Dalvin Cook with the catch, and that's a really nice tackle by Jared Wilson, pretty much in the open field there to stop Dalvin Cook from getting the first down. Minnesota will settle for a field goal try. Still no offensive points in this game, but they are up 10-0. Kick is good. We got to get some momentum back here, and we're going to go to the tight end, Jordan Akins. Would have been nice to catch that in stride, but instead he just kind of stopped as soon as he made contact with the ball. 3rd down and 5. Final play of the first quarter. I don't know where to go with the football. We're going to try to lead that down. Tony just didn't come back to it. I switched on, held down, and he's like, dude, run to the ball, please. Not saying I handled that play perfectly, but gosh, dude. That was a little bit frustrating. I feel like we could have actually had something there. Unfortunately, just didn't end up working out. I just couldn't find where to throw the ball immediately, and then kind of panicked as I do it. O'Shane Zimenez knocked the football loose. Fumble, of course, though, goes out of bounds, and Minnesota takes over at the 26-yard line. 2nd and 12, really trusting my team right here. We're going to run man coverage. We're going to run a man blitz and force that football out quickly. Look who it is. Dane Belton, easy reads, user pick, 1 fish, 2 fish. Red fish, blue fish. Dane Belton going fishing, and he caught a big one. Interception, 2nd user pick of the game, and Kirk Cousins has been picked off, of course, for the 2nd time. Dane Belton lurking. Watch out. 1st and 10, looking for somewhere to go. That's going to be a good play. Darius Slayton. There was so much going on there. Just another mismatch, another cluster of players. Darius Slayton ends up getting a little bit of a release from that cluster. Finds some space. Good ball from Tyrod Taylor, and that is a touchdown. 1st of the game for the Big Blue. Wrecking crew. Not really doing a ton of wrecking this season. But we will get our first TD. 10-7. Vikings out in front. Oh, look at Dane Belton. Never mind. Never mind. I did have one TFL with him, I think on that last drive, actually. It was a screen. He wrapped up, although I wasn't commentating, so it will be unlikely to make the video. As Cousins is under pressure and Ojulari threw him down. That's exactly what you want to do. Force 3rd and long. Ojulari here, unblocked off the edge. Darisaw never saw him. And, yeah, the Vikings pay the price for it. Cousins going to be pissed after that one. And we're actually going to stay aggressive here. It's another blitz on 3rd down. And there are open options. Cousins going deep. Darnay Holmes goes up and gets it. Oh my goodness. Big play, Darnay. I mean, really only had to knock it down, but goes up and mosses the receiver. I don't know how we make that play. I don't know how we make that play. My receivers don't catch that. But Darnay goes up and he does catch it. Yeah, that's insane. We're going deep down the field. Kenny Golladay. All right. And, you know, I've noticed when we start running into trouble is when I start trying to be a little bit too aggressive. Also, Darius Slayton. Are they going to cover that, man? Doesn't look like it. But when I start to get too aggressive, we run into trouble. Just have to do a better job of going short to set up the deep ball. Oh, my goodness. Well, tough to do anything there. Their run D has been exceptional. And they do have some great players. I mean, is that... Who's 55? Zadarius Smith is who that is. Their D-line, I mean, I don't see him in on this play, but Michael Pierce, I don't think he's number 50. Who would that be? Dalvin Tomlinson? We'll check out their team. Kellen Mond is on the Browns now, but they got to start this series when I start the series, so rosters aren't all the way correct. But Dalvin Cook, Alexander Madison, Kene Nwangu, CJ Ham at fullback, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, Albert Wilson, N'Keal Harry with the Vikings, huh? Irv Smith Jr. at tight end. Left tackles Christian Darisaw. Ed Ingram, the starter, rookie at LSU. Garrett Bradbury. Olasemeka Udo. Olisaimeka Udo. I don't know who this is, so I haven't learned the name. So sorry about that. One of the few times I'll ever say that because it's usually not true. But Brian O'Neill, Harrison Phillips on the D-line as well. Samson Ebukam, Linval Joseph, Dalvin Tomlinson. Where is Michael Pierce? Michael Pierce is back with the Ravens. I know he played 4 years with the Ravens to start his career. Played last year in Minnesota for 8 games and now is back on the Ravens. I forgot about that, I guess. Anyway, Daniil Hunter at left outside linebacker. He's such a good player when healthy. Eric Kendricks, Zadarius Smith, and then at corner, this is where we should be able to take advantage of them. They have Andrew Booth Jr., old Patrick Peterson, Cam Dantzler, Chandon Sullivan, Caleb Evans, free safety, Lewis Seen, the rookie out of Georgia, Cam Bynum as well, and then Harrison Smith, of course, at strong safety. Should have gone over that at the start of the video. We're started this game, but just kind of forgot. As we'll roll out, look to throw on the run. It's a beautiful throw to Kadarius Toney, who will duck out at the 16. Trying to get some of that momentum back. And we're looking for space. Barkley does a decent enough job of finding that and gets maybe his longest run of the game for 7 yards. And as you can see, their D-line's kind of spread out here with those backers. So we'll look to just cut that back up. Great block from Kenny Golladay. And Saquon has a touchdown. Starting to heat up on the ground a little bit. And we'll take the lead over Minnesota pending the extra point, which obviously is no gimme. 14-10. That's just a good cutback. And look at the block of Kenny Golladay, just clearing the way for the touchdown. Really great stuff from Golladay, who I think I called out for not blocking on a couple plays at the start of the year. Ends up basically allowing Saquon to guarantee that touchdown there. And we'll take the 4-point lead over Minnesota. Coach Kevin O'Connell cannot believe it. Oh, that's no good. Oh, okay. Cousins overthrows, stealing there. 3 picks in this game, by the way. One of them is a little crazy, but the other 2 are just good plays by the user. As it is 14-10 off the back of those turnovers. It's going to be a check down. Dane Belton, good job of making sure there's no extra yards on that. 4 yards is very acceptable to set up 3rd down and 6. 4.5 minutes to play here in the first half. And we left a couple things open there. Thankfully, Cousins did not take advantage of them. And they'll punt. 2nd and 10, working off play action. We got to go deep to Kenny Golladay. The pass is underthrown, and Golladay can't end up getting that. I feel it wouldn't have been a touchdown. It would not have been a touchdown. Surely we would have been caught up too, but just very frustrating to not be able to take advantage of that when he seemingly is wide open, as Akins will get it and go down. Andrew Thomas is the injured giant on the field, holding, I don't even know what, honestly. I have no idea. If that's a torn pec, I'm going to be upset. We'll end up punting. Can't take advantage of their punt. But you can't score on every drive, otherwise it'd be a little crazy. I feel like this game has been fairly close and straightforward so far, but 3 interceptions by Kirk Cousins in the first half is kind of wild. But just one of those games. Oh, it's just a bruised shoulder. He'll be good to go. Okay, that's a little bit of a mistake. Tried to go for the pick there with Adoree Jackson. When we're out positioned, I know the CPU can get interceptions from that positioning all the time, but I got to remember, I'm not the CPU. Just have to go for the knockdown or just go for the tackle and allow the catch, as we can't quite get to that with Dane Belton. To Justin Jefferson, 1st down. Minnesota very easily could retake the lead here before the end of the first half. They are threatening now into New York Giant territory. Just over 2 minutes to play here in the second quarter. 4 catches for 74 yards for Jefferson already. So run. We're just going to play our lane there. Just play our lane. That's just a mismatch. That's a mismatch. Justin Jefferson, is he lined up in the backfield? You know, I think he was. I think they came out with split back, and Justin Jefferson was one of these split backs. 1st and 10 Minnesota. Kind of a fun play there, as we're trying to limit Dalvin Cook on the screen. Ends up getting a good chunk of yards there. Some might say several. 6. Less than 10, though. But certainly more than 3 or 4. Maybe several could be 4. Bengals, somebody on the internet said several was 3 to 5. It simply can't be anymore. Several can never be 7 or 8. Oh no, got baited. Got baited. Justin Jefferson, man. Just hesitated. That's how we got an interception earlier on in the game. Jefferson just sat down, but this time, that's not what happened. Faked sitting down like he was running a curl or whatever, and then just released back up the field. Found the space, nobody close. Just very deceptive by one of the game's best route runners. You know, that spot and go. Tough. You know, Z-spot is such a common play, but the Z-spot and go. Ooh, they got me. 54 seconds and 3 timeouts. Can we make some magic happen? Let's just consider taking a shot. Play 1. Going deep down the field for Slayton. I mean, wasn't close. Didn't really ever give Darius Slayton a chance. 2nd and 10. It's unlikely that we're going to score anyway, but we are going to try going down the field. There's Kadarius Toney. We'll call a timeout, going from the 26 to the 45 in just a few seconds there. Play action. They're not falling for it. We're going to go to Saquon anyway, though. He's going to break a tackle, step out of bounds. There is a flag. Tell me it's a late hit. That would be so big. I'll take it. I'll take it. Catching a bit of a break there, but the rookie out of Oklahoma, Brian Asamoah, adds 15 yards to the end of the play and has really helped us at least secure, 3 points in the tie game here. That is absolutely massive. No, 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 no. It's an interception. I got a comment there. I've learned that I can't blame the quarterback for anything when I'm the one pressing the buttons when I play my games. Dude, I'm going to a wide open receiver, but it's my fault when that's just thrown right at Patrick Peterson. It's a skill issue. That's right, it's a skill issue. So we don't guarantee 3 points because we're going to come away with 0. Minnesota football, and this will probably end half number 1. And it does. 17-14, Minnesota has the lead going to the locker rooms here. Hopefully we come out and make fewer mistakes in the second half. Although I feel like the 2 interceptions, one of them somewhat avoidable for sure, just was throwing a screen and they picked it off. The second one, though, just very frustrating to say the least. At least we'll get the football to start the second half. Kick is off and Wan'Dale Robinson will return. 9 minutes on the clock here in the third quarter as Wan'Dale changes direction and gets back to the 25, which is what we would add anyway with the touchback. Anytime they go double A gap, we're just going to run the ball at this point. I don't want to risk my offensive line just being, 2 defenders in the A gap? I don't know what to do. I don't know how to block that. So we'll run an RPO. And Saquon, good speed. That should be a first down, and now it's guaranteed to be. Maybe use the turbo a little bit too early there when hitting the hole, but didn't really want to risk, not being able to hit that and just getting tackled from the side or something. Seen that happen so frequently. Little lob to Tony. Can't really make anybody miss. Slayton in motion. He'll get it. Tried to use the hard cut mechanic with LT. He didn't do anything. Tossed an interception on this play, I believe, to end the first half. Is this the same play? We're going to go to Saquon. Unfortunately, going to be short of the line to gain. It is 4th and 2 from the 44, though. If you think we're going to punt, you are mistaken. We'll go to recent plays here. Pick something out that looks like it'll make sense. And I think stick and nod makes sense. Because stick, designed to pick up short yardage. And we do also have options late if we need to. Saquon didn't hear the play. He's going to run a drag. Maybe he heard the play that time or the hot route. Down the field. It's going to be an interception. Harrison Smith, another under pressure inaccurate. Not saying he was the most open there, but I sure thought he was. Didn't really like the pacing of Saquon and Kadarius Toney here. They just kind of got too mucked up. So we went deeper down the field. Right here when I'm triggering to throw, a little bit before this, like right here, I'm seeing space. Kendricks is crashing, triggering down. Akins is in a one-on-one. But, of course, the pass was not close. Didn't give Akins a chance. And another interception for Tyrod Taylor. And down goes Cousins. It's Tay Crowder. Looks like Micah McFadden also met at the quarterback. And that is another big play for our defense to set up another 3rd down and long. We're going to blitz Thibodeau as well because it'd be foolish not to. 3rd and 14. This football is going to come out quick. And it's going to be a throw close to being completed on the deflection by Adoree Jackson. But incomplete, and Minnesota will punt. We have a real chance to take over the lead here. A lot of mistakes on offense today, but I feel like a lot of them really haven't been my fault. I'm sure I've missed open receivers and things like that, and obviously I'm going to continue to do that. Can't see the entire field at once, despite as much as I would try. Slayton again in motion. He'll get it, and he'll find the edge as well. Great block by Golladay, putting on a blocking clinic in this game. And Darius Slayton again with a nice little, I'd call it a sweep, but it's really, it is kind of like a sweep, but it's in front of the quarterback for a touch pass, setting up a 1st down. Same play. This time we get the actual result we want with an accurate ball to Jordan Akins' 1st down. That was the same play we threw a pick on, I should say. First down and 10. Play action. Barkley got to pick up a big block there. We're going to throw for the tight end, Akins, who has a ton of space. Not the best throw from Taylor, but given the circumstances, you will surely take it. Akins had a ton of separation, so we really needed to make something happen there. Even though it was poor accuracy, the ball got close, and sometimes that's all you need. Saquon will get 4, and no. Kadarius Toney is the injured giant. Yeah, it sounds realistic. Second and goal. That's really not a loss we can afford, as Saquon Barkley will find the end zone for the second time today. Saquon, man, just so consistent in this red zone. Really adept at finding the end zone. And we'll put this at a field goal range here with an extra point. Saquon he's got a nose for the end zone. He might finish with 20 this year. I feel like he has quite a few. Ooh, hip pointer. You guys ever had one of those? They're not fun. But we're going to bring in Kenny Golladay for the meantime, which means really that Wan'Dale Robinson will get more time, more touches. Same thing with Richie James potentially. I don't know how long that's going to keep him out, but hopefully this next drive, and we'll see Kadarius Toney back in when we're back on offense. Over the middle, yeah, it's just not a good matchup. We really don't have any corners that can cover Justin Jefferson. It's a big problem. He's at 113 yards receiving here in the third quarter. Although I will say, I do like how the true number one receivers are putting up like wide receiver 1 numbers in simulation, which is just not something we've seen in previous years. I feel like it's always like the tight end or the slot receiver going off. But in Madden 23 so far, I mean, Terry McLaurin torched us, absolutely torched us. And here Justin Jefferson is doing the exact same thing. Yeah, Tay Crowder staying home. Just how you teach it. Cook tries to change direction and finds Tay Crowder. Mr. Irrelevant. Not so irrelevant anymore. Star Dev, 75 overall, something like that. He's been good for us. Doesn't mean we're not trying to improve on him, though, as Dane Belton can't go up and get it. Looks like the running... No, it's not. It's not a running back. Albert Wilson just wears 25. That's right. So crazy what they're doing with numbers nowadays. Dude, a receiver wearing a number in the 20s is just so crazy to me. Just is. That's going to be a touchdown. Yep, Dalvin Cook just walks in. Don't really know what we can do to stop that there. That was just going to be a touchdown. Minnesota will retake the lead, and we have a game here in Minneapolis. Minnesota just going punch for punch. We're getting out in the deep water here, getting out to the end of the game. We'll see what happens in these later rounds. Yeah, it's going to be an interception. I tried to lob that over Lewis Cine and use the precision passing there to just, again, lob it over him. If he's a linebacker, he would not have animated on it, I don't think. But he's not a linebacker. He's a DB. And the ball's going the other way. I think that's, the 4th interception of the game. Thibodeau with the sack. Guess what? We're going to get in there with Jared Wilson as well. He'll get credit for half. But, yeah, I mean, Thibodeau is just right there. 3rd sack of the game. We have not been sacked once. Been getting rid of the football pretty quickly. And their stud pass rushers really have not been very effective, as we're going to go back to zone defense here. Yeah, so definitely did not get the result I wanted today with Tyrod Taylor and avoiding interceptions. Although, man, a few of them are tough. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie. That's the end of the third quarter. Minnesota's still holding on to that lead and have a real good chance to extend it here. We have to keep them out of the end zone. There's still time, so if we don't, it's not the end of the world. But would really prefer to keep them out of the end zone here. And, I mean, a turnover would obviously be fantastic. And we might get one. No! That ball finds the turf on 3rd down. Kirk Cousins hit by Quincy Roche. And Minnesota will try a field goal. It'll still be, roughly a touchdown game here. 1 possession. And it'll be 27-21. So even if I miss an extra point, we're still good. We're still tied. But we're obviously going to go for more than that. The ex-Giant DUI, hit and run, Aldrich Rosas with the extra point. Was he hit and run? I don't think so. I think it was just DUI. Yeah, Toney is going to be out here. We'll see how many plays it takes for him to come back in. That's going to be an interception. I just didn't even see Harrison Smith. Now I'm just launching him. I never even saw him. Oh, gosh. Yeah, that one's on me. I can fully accept responsibility for that one. That's got to be a pick. It's Darnay Holmes for the second time. He's going the other way. Cook in pursuit. Into Viking territory. To the 20. To the 10. Touchdown. Big play, Darnay. Darnay Holmes. Just when we thought we were out, he puts us right back in. Darnay Holmes. So maybe save the game for the New York Football Giants here on the road versus the Vikings. Read it, downhill trigger, touchdown, and despite 5 turnovers, all interceptions, we are up in this game, 28-27. Oh my, is that Jalen Holmes? He has 1.5 sacks today? All right, Jalen Holmes getting into the game, making a difference. I see the Dalvin Cook route. I don't really know what to do with that information, though. Dane Belton, take it away. He knocks it away, and Kayvon Thibodeau's injured? Why are my superstars just dropping like flies? Yeah, that's ugly. I'm going to try and take away both the in and Dalvin Cook. Oh, no, 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 no. We went for the swat, still didn't get it. Jefferson down the sideline. Holmes in pursuit. He dives and can't make the play, but he slows down Jefferson enough to stop the touchdown. But Jefferson continues his reign of terror against my defense. And somebody made a good point in the comments. You're allowed to cheer for Darnay Holmes when he gets an interception, but not when he gets torched. You hate Trayvon Diggs. Yeah, dude, it's the same thing, for sure. 1st and goal from the 4 for the Vikings. Yeah, but Darnay Holmes clearly did get torched there. We're doing everything we can to stop them from scoring. It's O'Shane Zimenez off the edge. I mean, really kind of getting held there by Darisaw, who hasn't had the best game. We're trying to back them up as much as possible. Ojulari in the game again. Oh, man. Kirk Cousins. Oh, okay. That's a little bit of a mistake there. Kirk Cousins dishes down to Dalvin Cook. It is 3rd and goal, and we're going to keep Thibodeau out for a little bit. Don't want him getting re-injured, especially. I mean, it is 3rd and goal from the 8. This is when you'd want Kayvon Thibodeau on the field making an impact. No question. But just don't want to risk the injury. It is 3rd and goal. We need a play. Going to the flat. Adoree Jackson, good tackle. Minnesota can't get the first down. They will settle. Just take the lead, though. Even if just by 2 points. And that's exactly what they do. 30-28. With just over 5 to play. What do we have here? Is it 5 or closer to 6? I mean, right in the middle, pretty much. 5.5 minutes. We got to play better. Got to play better. Oh, Saquon change of direction. Trying to make somebody miss in space. Can't do it. Another change of direction for Saquon. That should be back-to-back first downs. And it is. Saquon really starting to get it going here. He does have 14 carries, but only for 67 yards total. Oh, no, no, no. Find the ball! It's going to be recovered by Minnesota, and it's going to be a touchdown. Metellus, oh, God. Josh Metellus, touchdown. That is really, really bad. It's about the worst thing that could have happened to us there. It's another turnover. And we're not going to win the turnover battle today, that's for sure. Minnesota will take a very, very important 9-point lead. Makes it 2 possessions. I cannot believe that. It's about the worst time I could ever imagine for a forced fumble. Just really, really bad. We'd love to see Tony get back on the field, but at the same time, don't want to risk the re-injury, right? And we're going to go deep down the field. Kenny Golladay catches it through contact as well, and that is the hard-hitting rookie Lewis Cine who was there first. So that ball could have came loose. Thankfully, it didn't as we continue to move down the field. It is 1st and 10 from the 25. We got to score quickly, and we're going to go for Golladay and throw long. 3rd and 12, not necessarily 4-down territory here, as we just need points. We need to absolutely make sure that this is a 1-score game following this drive, but not even really a concern anymore as we end up converting, move into the hurry up, and find Darius Slayton. And that could have been dangerous. Thankfully, it was not. Tight end Akins. Maybe should have hit the dive there. We're looking to snap this ball quickly before the 2-minute warning. And underneath, it's Kenny Galladay back over the middle. Touchdown. Pretty good drive there. And we really, really needed it. It is a field goal game. Let's go ahead and... what happens if we go for 2 here? Yeah, it is the right call. If Minnesota scores a touchdown, it's 37-44, right? So if we score a touchdown from 35, we would have 42. So in order to keep this a one-possession game, you know, in the event that we allow a touchdown, I am gonna go for it. I don't think we're gonna be able to snap the ball in time, though. Yep. That's okay. It took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do. And it does actually end up changing a ton, because this is a lot harder to pick up now. I still think it's the right call to go for it. And we're just picked off. Still think it was the right move, but well, if we allow 2 points here, it's going to be absolutely devastating. I think Taylor's going to chase him down. Yeah, he does. He saves the 2 points from Minnesota. Not going to count as a pick, but yeah, I think we hit the right receiver. Just didn't put enough. I mean, we can only see that much of the play. This replay's so bad this year. We just didn't have the arm strength to fit it in that window. But I think it was actually the right read. So it remains a field goal game, which is why I didn't care if we didn't end up converting, because I think this is still a fine spot to be in. 2-minute warning has passed. Oh, it's just going to go to Dalvin Cook. So we're going to have to start calling timeouts, and we really would prefer for them not to get a first down here. I don't think the game ends if they do, because we do have those 3 timeouts, but again, it would not be good if they did pick up the first down. It would be bad. And they're getting ever closer. 3rd and 3. Oh, they're actually going to pass the ball, and it's going to be complete to Thielen. He's past Dory Jackson. He's got the speed to outrun Xavier McKinney, and they've scored a touchdown? Okay. Not going to lie, didn't see that one coming. Adam Thielen takes a slant to the house. Was not on my bingo card today. And they're going to take a 10-point lead with 1 minute and 40 seconds to play here in the 4th quarter. It's been a rough game. We really needed to protect against the run there, because Dalvin Cook is like an automatic touchdown, or automatic first down, I should say. So we brought a lot of guys into the box, and they just beat us on a slant. And as if it could not get any worse, Micah McFadden holds, and we are backed up to the 21. I mean, we're just launching it up. Just knock the ball down, please. Good timing. How do we not end up catching that? That's a perplexing one, you have to admit. Because Darius Slayton is open. I feel like the throw is where it needed to be. And we still don't end up getting the catch. And that, I mean, throw at a sack literally right to the linebacker, Brian Asamoah, and that's the game. I mean, again, I'm not saying, like, oh, man, that's BS. Because we did throw as we were getting hit. But, like, goodness, dude. Andrew Thomas got absolutely cooked. Which that just happens sometimes. But, yeah, I mean, right as we were trying to just get rid of the ball, that's where the ball ends up going. You see any receivers even close? Just tough. Just tough. 6 interceptions. And we are back to Giants franchise magic, baby. Vikings in victory formation. We'll let them have it. It's going to be a 10-point victory. 44-34. Yeah, tough game. Are they lining up to try and get this? I mean, they just ran the ball. No, the clock's going to run out. Yeah, that one was a frustrating one. I'm not going to lie to you. Some of the mistakes, obviously avoidable. I know whenever I say, oh, man, not all that was my fault. It's like, oh, Bengal, you were the one with the controller. Whose else's fault would it be? That's a good point. That's a good point. But, yeah, we get beat here. We change our record to what? 4-11? Not our best outing overall. Just, obviously, way too many turnovers. 6 interceptions. Saquon ended up having a nice game. First half was not so kind. I think he went into the locker room 3.8 yards per carry. Probably could have run the ball a little bit more. Definitely. Justin Jefferson has 205 yards receiving and a touchdown. Of course, Thielen has just 2 catches, but for 74 yards on that long bomb. And Tony getting injured obviously really didn't help. I thought the distribution here was pretty good. Kenny Golladay ended up with a touchdown. And then defensively, I thought the defense played really well. Bunch of tackles for loss here, which we don't always see. A bunch of sacks, including, Jalen Holmes getting a sack. O'Shane Ximenez. Like, we just don't see these guys ever even playing, let alone getting in to make plays. 2 picks for Darnay Holmes. His first one was unreal. Second one was big, too. Dane Belton, Tay Crowder. 4 picks in the game's great. Granted, 2 of them are, by the user pick. O'Shane Ximenez did force a fumble out of bounds on that punt return and a touchdown for big play Darnay. But, it just wasn't enough. We never had the lead. We were really close, but, never even tied the game, I don't think. I know we actually did have the lead briefly. We never had the lead out of a quarter, is what that score summary is indicating. Ooh, 0-yard rush by player. Be Kirk Cousins. And we are essentially in a battle with the Commanders for last place in the NFC East, which obviously would impact our draft position quite a bit. And the Commanders also dropped to 4-11. And the Colts are only 5-10. They're an 83 overall. The Eagles will be tough to beat. I know we beat the Eagles and we played really well against them. I just don't think Jalen Hurts is a quarterback that's going to play well in simulation. Or in the actual game, I should say. I just don't think he will. Their offense has been brutal, although they've run the ball really, really well, as you'd expect. And that'll be in the next episode. Just a tough one today. A lot of mistakes. And I'll say it, more than you can probably have. A tough game. We're going to upgrade zone coverage. That'll at least temporarily boost Darnay Holmes up to an 80, plus 2 zone coverage. And it's just got to be better if we're going to play zone. It just has to be. So he's made some good plays in man, but when our corners are what they are, Adoree Jackson, Aaron Robinson, Darnay Holmes, it is tough. I think they played pretty well given what they are. They're not getting torched every single game. Darnay Holmes will allow a big play every now and again. But the reality is he just should not be man-to-man against Justin Jefferson. And who could be? Are we just not supposed to play man for the entire game, even though he's at his best in man coverage? Adoree Jackson is way better in zone, yet his man coverage is what Adoree Jackson, or what Darnay Holmes' man coverage is. So, I don't know. It's a tough spot. Corner is a position I really would like to improve, as Darnay Holmes is just meant to be a slot player. But he's played so well in the boundary this season that, what do you say? He's got 9 interceptions. He's got 9 interceptions. 9. It's an insane amount. But that's just what it is this season. 9 interceptions for Darnay. Adoree Jackson only has 4. And then obviously some user picks in there with Tay Crowder. Some people are talking, of course, again about, usering and how it's a little bit overpowered. But I got to be able to do something out there, right? Because I get cheated enough, everything else. I got to be able to do something out there when I'm on defense. Saquon still averaging fewer than 4 yards per carry this season, but does have 17 touchdowns. 2 more games to get that to the 20 mark, over 1,200 yards. He's had 327 attempts. And the receiving, Kadarius Toney, quite a year. As you can see, though, Kayvon Thibodeau and Kadarius Toney both not in the injury report, so they'll be good to go when we take on the Colts in Week 17 at home. But that one will be in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.